If you want to sculpt a lean beach body, I highly recommend you follow these 5 rules that I live by each and every time I go through a fat loss phase. Rule number 1 is to make sleep your number 1 priority. Sleep affects everything. If you're getting an adequate amount of sleep each and every day, you're going to make it easier on yourself to control your appetite. Research has shown that those who aren't getting an adequate amount of sleep each and every day are likely to consume 300 to 600 calories more unknowingly. If you're getting an adequate amount of sleep each and every day, you're gonna have more energy to perform your best in the gym. You're gonna want to be more active doing activities outside of the gym. Maybe you're walking more, paddleboarding more. You're just gonna want to move your body more. You're gonna have your energy to give the best of yourself to all that you're doing throughout the day. You're also going to increase your mood, so you're gonna feel good about this overall process. You're gonna have a lot more mental focus and clarity, which is gonna help you make better decisions throughout this fat loss process as well. There's just so many benefits that come with getting an adequate amount of sleep each and every night. It just seems ridiculous not to make it your number 1 priority. Now, I recommend that you get a bare minimum of 7 hours of quality sleep each and every night, but I recommend that you don't just settle for the minimum. A lot of people are like, yeah, I feel good getting 6.5, 7 hours of sleep each and every night. Good is good, but I want you like thriving, feeling your best. If you can fit it into your schedule, if you can eliminate distractions from your day, eliminate things that are just keeping you busy but aren't really actually serving you best, to carve out more time that will allow you to get more sleep so you can perform your best and feel your best throughout not only this fat loss process but just overall in life. I mean, you should be making sleep your number 1 priority, not when you're getting lean, but for life. So start developing these quality habits right now, because it's going to serve you for years to come, just allowing you to live your best life, live your life to the fullest. So highly recommend 7 as the bare minimum, but try to work upwards of 9 hours of sleep. Now, for myself personally, I find like 8.5 hours is my sweet spot. I do feel great when I'm getting 9. I feel pretty good when I'm getting 8, but 8.5 hours just seems to be where I thrive. So go through the process. If you start with 7, you're like, yeah, I feel good. You get 7.5, and you're like, oh, I feel a little bit better. Getting 8, you're like, holy smokes, this is amazing. I feel incredible, which is the typical experience with a lot of my coaching clients. So I highly recommend make this your priority right now, work it into your life, and see how you thrive throughout this process. Rule number 2 is to create simple structure with your diet that builds upon and improves upon your own natural eating tendencies. You want to make this process as mindless and effortless as possible. For myself personally, I prefer to consume 4 meals per day when I'm in a fat loss phase. When I'm in a muscle building phase or maintenance phase, it allows me some snacks that I can include throughout the day, but I still prefer to consume 4 meals. I find it allows me to sustain my energy best throughout the day, and allows me to perform my best in all that I'm doing throughout the day. Just keeps my appetite under control to the best of my ability. So the first 3 meals I pretty much have them every single day. So I have a breakfast shake to kick things off, which is 1 cup of homemade kefir, 1 cup of unsweet vanilla cashew milk, an load of spinach, a banana, and a scoop of protein powder. My second meal is 4 free-range eggs from my friend's local farm, some mixed veggies in there. On the side, I have a bowl of 2/3 cup oats, 140 grams of frozen mixed berries. And my third meal is post-workout. I'm usually still feeling a little full and satisfied from that second meal there. And so I just want something a little bit lighter. So I have 260 grams of Greek yogurt and 140 grams of frozen mixed berries. Sometimes I'll sprinkle some cinnamon in there. Sometimes if I want a little extra protein, I'll have a scoop of protein powder in there. Dinners where I get a little bit of variety, but I have a lot of the go-to meals that I consume on a regular basis. So I usually have fish at least 3 times per week. Usually it's salmon. Sometimes I'll have some rainbow trout. Sometimes I'll have a tuna steak. And with that, I'll have some sort of starchy carb, which is usually some rice or a sweet potato, and I always have some sort of veggie with that, which is usually like asparagus or baked Brussels sprouts, sometimes some mixed veggies in there, red peppers. I love all different kinds of peppers as well. So the key is like all of these meals I look forward to consuming. I'm preparing meals that I love. These aren't meals I'm going to eat to lose fat. These are meals that I'm going to continue eating whether I'm in maintenance mode or muscle building mode. Like, I'm going to look forward to eating these meals all the freaking time. Rule number 3 is definitely the easiest for me, which is to keep my activities consistent. There's nothing I change with my workouts and my overall activities because I'm already as active as I can possibly be. I weight train 4 days per week. I do yoga every day. I bring my dog for walks every single day. I go paddle boarding. Sometimes I ride the bike. I am moving nonstop, whether I'm in fat loss mode, muscle building mode, or maintenance mode. It's just basically me living my life to the fullest. These are all activities that I can't wait to do. If I had time to do more, I would definitely do more, but I am already cramming in a ton of activity into my overall lifestyle. That's what I encourage you to do. So many people think I got to do this activity because I want to lose weight. I got to move more because I want to lose weight. I want you to think of moving more for the long term, for life, because it's how you are going to live your life to the fullest. It's how you are going to get the most out of this life that we're living here. And when it comes to your weight training, there's nothing I change about my workouts. What works for me to build muscle is going to work for me to preserve my muscle mass as I'm going through this fat loss phase. There's nothing I need to do to change my workouts that's going to help me burn fat any faster. I'm just going to keep things consistent and try to maintain my strength throughout the process. Not always easy. You may find if it's just a mini cut, very easy to maintain your strength. But if you're going through like a 12-week or a 16-week fat loss phase, towards the end, you may start to feel a little bit depleted and you may not quite have the strength that you did in the beginning. But you're just trying to keep that up. You're not trying to do more and more and more with your workouts that's going to beat you down. Just try to keep things consistent. Again, like I said, what works for building muscle is going to work for losing fat at the same time. Rule number 4 is right here. Nelson Mandela, you win or you learn. There's a very good chance that throughout this process of getting lean, you're going to face some temptations. There's also a very good chance that you may give into some of those temptations. So how are you going to handle those experiences? Are you going to do like you did in the past and think to yourself, here I go again. Every time the going gets good, every time I start losing weight, I always end up getting invited to events or gatherings, and there's always all this food spread around me and alcohol, and I just can't control myself. I always give into these temptations. I'm never going to be able to lose weight. Or do you learn from this experience, thinking to yourself, what can I do the next time so I can improve upon these experiences so I'm less likely to overindulge? Maybe you tell yourself, all right, I'm going to allow myself one drink, knowing that if I have more than one drink, that's usually what dulls my senses and I end up eating more than I should even when I'm not hungry. Maybe you tell yourself, you know what, there's a lot of great food here. I'm going to allow myself to sample a little bit of everything there. I'm going to be drinking more water between bites and everything. I take my time chewing. I'm just really going to enjoy the company I'm with and really try to use this as an opportunity to learn to eat to that point of satisfaction. It's a process that takes time. It could take years. It took me years to learn to eat to that point of satisfaction. But every single time I faced these temptations where I was invited to a gathering, invited to an event, there was a huge spread of food and alcohol, I tried my best to eat to that point of satisfaction. And for me personally, it was just whenever I would overindulge, just realizing, you know what, it just created such discomfort, such bloat. I slept like crap that night. I had acid reflux. My digestive system was out of whack the next day. So I learned that, okay, that pain from that experience isn't worth it. I'm not gaining any more satisfaction from overeating. I can gain more satisfaction, more pleasure from this experience if I just eat to that point of satisfaction. Maybe I'll eat a little bit less throughout the day, giving more room to consume a few more calories at this event so I can feel guilt-free. I'm still hitting very close to my calorie target for the day, but I'm going to be responsible at this event, at this gathering. Just because everyone else is drinking a lot and pigging out doesn't mean that I can, because I know I'm just not going to feel good from that experience. So I'm going to do what's going to serve me best in this experience and just sample everything. Just try my best to eat to that point of satisfaction. Savor everything that I'm consuming and the company I'm with, and always trying to improve upon that every time you're at these gatherings. That's really what it's all about. You're learning from each of these experiences, and each time you do that, you are winning. So there is no failure in this. Even if you do happen to go overboard, you think to yourself, okay, I've been good the past few events, the past few gatherings. What happened this time? What was it that triggered me to eat more than I really wanted to? Learn from that experience, carry it forward to the next one. That's really what this is all about. Always learning and growing throughout this entire process. Rule number 5 is to hold yourself accountable. It can be with a friend, a loved one, a colleague, or an online support community such as the Lose Fat, Get Jacked Inner Circle. And I don't want you just to hold yourself accountable to your long-term goal. Maybe that's losing 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds, whatever that long-term goal is, or just getting lean, like seeing six-pack abs or having a beach body. Don't just focus on telling your friend, family, loved one, or group that you want to achieve this long-term goal. I want you to hold yourself accountable to the process-oriented goals. Really focusing on like what's the goal you want to achieve this week or each and every week. If you want to aim to lose 1 pound, 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds per week, hold yourself accountable. Report in every week saying, I achieved my goal this week, or maybe I just fell a little bit short. This is what I'm going to do to adjust to make sure I'm on track next week, or maybe I lost a little bit more this week. Maybe I can make this little adjustment to slow things down just a little bit to keep me in that sweet spot where I know I'm preserving my muscle mass throughout this process and just making sure that I'm not going to lead to a binge eating experience or anything like that. So having those weekly goals that you're holding yourself accountable to can really keep you focused and in this game, like in game mode each and every day. And speaking of each and every day, I really highly recommend that you hold yourself accountable to the daily tasks that you want to achieve to help you achieve your weekly goal and then your long-term goal. So let's say you want to work out 3 or 4 times per week. You say the days of the week that you want to do the weight training, the days of the week that you want to get out for walks or do other activities. You hold yourself accountable to those tasks and hold yourself accountable to hitting a calorie target for that day, eating certain foods for that day. So report in at the end of the day. I slept well, I hit my calorie target day, but I missed my activity for the day. Life just got busy, so this is what I'm going to do to kind of balance things out through the end of the week. So I highly recommend you focus on holding yourself accountable to the daily, weekly, and the long-term outcome goals there. Those who do that are definitely way more likely to succeed in achieving their goals, not just now, but holding for the long term as well, because you learn a lot more throughout the process when you are reflecting on the daily task, what you did. Like you either celebrate those victories or you learn from the experience where maybe you didn't hit your target for the day there. What can you do to improve upon that afterwards? So you're always talking it through, not only helping yourself, but you're helping others throughout the process. You're inspiring them to take action as well. So accountability is absolutely huge. I would huge on the public accountability. Not everyone's going to want to announce it all to the public on social media or anything, but that has always worked for me. I announce it on YouTube and Facebook, Instagram, everything. I let people know, all right, I'm going through a mini cut right now. This is how long it's going to last. This is my target for the week, weight loss, my calorie target for the week, my calorie targets for the day. This is the activities that I want to do. I have people hold me accountable to achieving those daily tasks. And I take the videos, the pictures and everything each and every week so they kind of see the progress, and I celebrate my victories, and I say what I'm going to do to overcome the challenges that I experienced throughout that process as well. So it really helps us learn and grow as we're sharing our experience with others. So I highly recommend you hold yourself accountable in some way, shape, or form. Again, with a friend, a loved one, a coworker, or definitely like an online community that is full of like-minded people who have your back, who are going to be there to lift you up when you face those challenges and setbacks, and who are going to be there for you to celebrate those victories each and every day that you're saying, I hit my target for the day, I'm nailing this process day in and day out. They're going to be there to celebrate with you. So it really it makes this experience a whole lot more rewarding. So those are the 5 rules that I live by each and every time I go through a fat loss phase. They've served me well. I highly recommend you follow them yourself when you are trying to get lean. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do me a huge favor and smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. If you know a fellow bro who would benefit from watching today's video, please do me a favor and share it with them. But more than anything, I'd love to hear from you down in the comment section below. Share your thoughts, share your insights, share your feedback, and rules that you live by when you are trying to get lean yourself. Before you go, don't forget to download your free guide, Lose Fat, Get Jacked. Have yourself an amazing day. Catch you in the next video.